So React application like Create provides pretty much descriptive errors whenever there is some issue happening. So even if we see over here, like suppose I passed it, let's make it, suppose instead I passed it some value and so it shows like create is not a function. It can tell you like where this error occurred, on which line it occurred. So can always make use of these logs to know exactly like in which component you have faced the issue on a specific line. So you know like the line issue was on from component counter.js file, and yeah, it can show you like where it is happening, div, app, and counter component. So you can go to this component, see what is wrong. This can be a first way to debug application. Second is we have an extension for React, which is React DevTool. You can download it for Chrome and Firefox both as an extension. I can show it to you over here. So I've created a small demo app. It's just a Hello World app. I will just start the project. So once you have installed the React DevTool extension, you can see two more options in your DevTool. One is component, one is profiler. These two can be used to see how the components are there on your page. So you can explore these components as well. Right now I have only a single app component, so it is showing like this. We can try to create a new component, see. Right now I just have a single component. What I'll do is I'll create a list component.
Sir, if possible, just arrange session on, you can do session on context, so it will be also good.
Sorry, what?
Like if you can do a session also on context.
Oh, okay.
React context.
That will see while dealing with store management.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about it
And
right now.
like that, use memo, and if you can like tell us about the introduction or like that.
Yeah, I think let's not complicate it at the moment. We can definitely see it later on.
Like
Won't be an issue.
any
Yeah. So now I can see over here in my hierarchy, in my component tab, like there are two component tab, and within app there is list. And it will show all the props passed over here. You can see over here. And if I have some state defined my component for my component, suppose I created a state constant list item, set list items equal to use state. I created it as an empty array. If I go to list, I can see I have a state variable. So these can be used like while you are working on your React app, you see like some state is not updating properly, or you want to see what is the props being passed to my component. You can make use of the component tab and see like what all states are coming, what all function have been defined, what all props are passed to this component. All these details you can see over here in your DevTools. So right now it's pretty simple application with a single nested element, but in case you are working with a big application, there will be a lot of nested complex components. So you might want to see like which component is rendering this item, what are the proper props coming to this particular component. So it can help a lot in debugging the application. So to make sure like you're first of all you are getting the correct data which you want for that component to be, then you can see within the component like if there is some functional or logical issues with that component as well. Any question on debugging? There is nothing more from this. Like you'll have to make use of your.
What's about that profiler?
That is for the performance related things. So you can, I can show it to you. I can start recording the app. I closed it. I don't think, I think there's some issue over here. So it basically gives you a flame chart of like all your component rendering happening. You can see which component is taking more time to render, which component is rendering multiple times even on the page load. All those details you can see with the help of profiler. It's similar to how we have our performance tab. So if we record our performance of our page, we can see like what has happened on our DOM. So you can see like over here, like what it can show you how much time which all action has taken within your browser. Similar to this, that profiler is for components, basically to tell you how much time the component is taking to render, what number of time it renders on the initial page load. So it might happen in your React app, like even on page load, your component is re-rendering 2 to 3 times because maybe because some value is getting changed which shouldn't be. So you can make use of it to debug so those kind of issues and improve the performance as well. Any question on it so far?